Toronto City Hall is about to light a match under its residential neighborhoods and call it housing reform. City Council is moving to approve as-of-right zoning for 5-plexes and 6-plexes in every low-rise neighborhood across Toronto. Every neighborhood. That means developers can throw up multi-unit complexes on any single-family lot. No rezoning, no case-by-case evaluation, no community say, just file your papers and begin to build. City planners call it gentle density, but that's a lie. With no upper limit on how many people can live in each unit, this is an aggressive top-down restructuring of your neighborhood pushed by developers and rubber-stamped by ideologues who haven't protected a single thing worth preserving in this city for the past 20 years. So let's talk about what this really means. 1. Property values will crater. Your $1 million bungalow now sits next to a 3-story sixplex, swarming with tenants. Good luck selling your house at full value. Buyers aren't stupid. They don't want to pay premium prices to live next door to a revolving door of short-term renters, constant noise, parking chaos, and privacy loss. And yes, this is a stereotype of what a sixplex will be, but it's accurate. This isn't housing evolution, it's economic sabotage for existing homeowners. 2. No tenant caps equals sardine housing. Currently, there's no restriction on how many people can live in each unit. That means you could have 30+ people packed into one sixplex. In this case, you're not getting a duplex full of nice young families, you're getting corporate rooming houses to maximize developer profits while minimizing the cost of living for renters. 3. Developers will gut communities. Once the market figures out how profitable this is, especially with as-of-right zoning, speculative developers will start making cash offers to homeowners, often below market rate. And then they will flood the area with sixplexes. One by one, residents will cave as their neighborhoods deteriorate and their homes lose value. This is slow-motion expropriation by capital. Number 4, the government, and therefore your tax dollars, are footing the risk here. The feds are subsidizing this badness through the Housing Accelerator Fund and the CMHC. Developers are being handed interest-free loans with just 5% down. That means a developer could theoretically put down $500,000 for a $10 million loan, pay themselves $1 million in management fees, and walk away if the project flops. No buyer, no problem. Just hand the keys back to the bank and keep the cash, while the taxpayer eats the loss. Of course, this is not housing, it's white-collar looting. And 5, this will create a domino effect across the country. Federal dollars are now tied to how many units a city can jam through zoning. So guess what happens next? Now that Toronto is getting hundreds of millions from the Liberal government, surrounding cities like Mississauga, Brampton, and Hamilton will copy-paste this policy. Urban sprawl meets vertical density meets total collapse of any planning integrity. And where do you think this ultimately lands? Well, in 2015, 15% of housing in Canada was owned by investors. Now, 10 years later, it has doubled to 30%. And this sixplex strategy will surely see another huge increase over the next decade. As for those who recently bought their first home, you may be looking at negative home equity in the coming years. So this isn't an affordable housing strategy. It's a panic move. The multiplex push is a desperate overcorrection after decades of failure. The same government that refused to build proper transit, blocked market-driven supply, and taxed new development into the ground are now trying to retrofit the problem by gutting neighborhoods. This is not how you solve a housing crisis. It's how you destroy stable communities and rig the system for short-term developer profit, while homeowners who built equity, paid taxes, and raised families here are left holding the bag. When City Council passes this policy next week, it will mark the beginning of the end for Toronto's low-rise neighborhoods as we know them. And not because change is bad, but because this kind of reckless, subsidized overbuild is worse. And if I'm correct, every surrounding city will follow suit in the coming years. Toronto's sixplex scheme will wreck neighborhoods, crush property values, and hand developers a golden parachute. So don't be fooled. This isn't about housing equity. It is once again about power and profit over the people of Canada.